All right, I'm on hole number 2 of the 2021 Summer Major. This is hole number 2 in the Wiseacre Ranch course. These are brand new holes. We're playing them for the first time, and I've played one round on them. So I did a practice round that I posted, and I'm going to shoot individual holes so that I can make a playlist. I do have some rough notes that I took after my practice scouting report round. So I'm not going into them fully blind, but I have, like everybody else, I have limited play time on them. So let's check out hole number 2. Hole number 2. Now, one of my viewers told me that there is a rough bump that we can do on here, but this is not typically, I'm not sure which side they're doing the rough bump on, but it seemed like this hole was pretty straight up going at it. And I'm going to take a Titan so that I can use my Grizzly. If you're using a Goliath or a B52 or a long iron that hits farther, you probably don't need to bring out a 3-power ball. But with the Titan, I was right at my red line for my Grizzly. I'll play it 1 per ring, no spin, just going straight at it. And I think when I did it, I didn't put on any top spin, back spin, nothing. I just like side spin, no nothing. I just ran it up there, and we'll try it. Grizzly, Titan. You could use a Kingmaker, cut the wind down a little bit. But I'm undecided today whether I'm, because these holes are new, I'm probably just going to practice today. We will see how it goes. There's lots of opportunities to make shots here. So I did not get the eagle on hole number 1, and it's definitely eagleable. I got to hit perfect in order to get in the hole. It seemed like the other day when I played the first round on them, I albied all 3 of the par 5s. And was hitting some perfect shots, but on the par 4s and the par 3s, I wasn't hitting perfect shots coming into the cup. So I have notes for those holes, but I don't know if it looks like we're not going to have to do a lot of adjustment as far as just our normal wind adjustments on these holes. But we'll see as time goes on. Now, I think from where I was set up, if there was a headwind here, I can still pull it back enough and put a little bit of topspin on. I don't normally like to come into these types of holes with topspin. I like to come into these holes with preferably like 1 backspin. So you can see where they're doing the rough, where they're, man, I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of being that close. See, with that backspin that they're putting on there in order to get the shot in, they would be better. They're so close to the rough right there that if they, and that was a pretty, should be 1.3 per ring at that level, so it should have been about 2 rings. So they're going to hit well off into the fairway. They're so close that anything to the left or a bad wind pull, you're going to clip the rough, and then you got all that backspin on there, and it's just going to kill it. When you can see where the red line is, you can just pull back a little bit and come at it with your long iron. .2.4 per ring, or excuse me, 1.0 per ring, so that's 2.4 rings. There's 2.45. I was a little bit off on the left-hand side, so I kind of over-pulled it just a bit. Oh, that was anticipation. That was every bit of 2 rings great to the left. Anticipation. Like, what the hell are we watching this guy for? He can't hit perfect. What's the deal? I was so focused on trying to hit perfect that I just released and like, what were you thinking? I should have let it go by a few more times. I've been trying to get on it the 3rd time by, letting it go and just trying to get into that rhythm. Just kind of close your eyes and don't even look at it, and you can just let go. But I should have let it go by a few more times. And I didn't. Well, I'll give you guys some bonus content. That was so bad right there. I'll give you some bonus content, and I'll play this. I'll practice this hole. All right, let me see if I can just get one shot going in there so that we can see if we need to make a little bit of a wind adjustment. Jeez, what a Ricky bastard. Hole number 2. I'll give you some bonus. I gave you bonus content on hole number 1, so I'll give you some bonus content on hole number 2. Wouldn't it be better to go, hey dude, wouldn't it be better to go in there and practice it first and then go play, as opposed to going and playing it first? Hell no. If we can get an opponent. That's a big if. There we go. Chew. Chew. Get my calculator cleared off. Let's see what my opponent's done. So they brought a small ball, so they're hitting minimum wood. Big wind. Hitting it perfect. I'd like to hit perfect. What's that feel like? I'd like to hit perfect and have a much better result than that. So it's 6.8 rings. Oh, am I playing in pro? I am playing in pro, that's why. So now you're going to get bonus content. So I'm in mid club. Now let's go down to minimum club where the wind's at. There's min. There's max. I guess I'm going to have to if I want to be in the right area, hitting mid club. So it's 6.8 divided by 1.2 is 5.66 rings. And I'm going to have to snap it. And I hit it 2 rings straight to the right. What did I hit it before? 2 rings straight to the left? And it ended up on the left. And I hit it 2 rings straight to the right. So you can tell on that kind of wind, we definitely would have wanted to do some kind of wind adjustment with that high a wind. It's going to be one of those days. I can see already that this is going to be a whole practice day. We're going to have to just practice the holes, and I'm going to be off. It probably won't be a good day to qualify. Well, for those of you that like to play pro and rookie, there you go. There's pro. That tells you how not to do it. All right, let's go do that one more time. Is this the 3rd time as the charm? 3rd time as the charm? Jeez. And you wonder why I play rookie. What a Ricky bastard. I don't get that as much as I used to. They'll go, why do you play rookie? Because I can. Get over it. Because that's what I have time for. And that's what I want to play. That's the cool thing about these games. You play them however the hell you want to play them. And you play console games, you just play them however you want to play them. That's the thing. All right. Oops. Opponent has experienced an unexpected problem. This is going to be like a 5-hour hole. This is going to be one of those holes that my buddy Dale Appleby's going to bitch about. You spent 30 minutes shooting a par 3. 3 times, and you hit it 2 rings straight to the right, 2 rings straight to the left. Now let's hope that I don't slice this one. This one's either going to be a full slice, or my stylus is going to slip off the screen. I'm going to slice it, or I'm going to hit it perfect. And it's going to go in the hole. I need a hole-in-one. I've got some Albies this week. Now I need some hole-in-ones. finding an opponent. I have no idea what that name means. All right. There's Max Club. Let's give myself a little bit of room. Go through the hole a little. 3-1, 3.1 rings. Here's 3, 3-1. Now let's try and hit this perfect. Hit it perfect. Now we'll be able to tell whether or not we need to make some kind of a wind adjustment here. So like, where are we at? So it pushed me off just a little bit. The wind's blowing to the left and it pushed me off to the left. Make a note here. We'll try a +10 to the cup next time I play this hole. I'd like to get 3 really good rounds and qualify on Wednesday, but it's always risky when you qualify on Wednesday, because if you know, it's best to, before they did this practice stuff, I always practiced on Monday. I always went out and practiced on Monday. I was always very considerate of my opponents. I never forfeited when it screwed my opponent over. You know, I'd tank a putt or do something and then on Tuesday was serious. And then if anything happened on Tuesday, then I could always fall back on Wednesday. But if you're falling back on Wednesday all the time, it can be very, very dangerous. And I think this tournament is going to be super low scoring. So the scores are going to be real low. You're going to have to be on your A game, because there's just so many holes that are pretty straight up that we're going to have a serious opportunity. All 3 par 5s. At least 2 of the par 4s to me seem like they were like we can get super close, if not on, real close, or we have super serious shots. The last par 4, I'm still working on how I want to approach that hole. And all 3 of the par 3s seem like they were very makeable, and there's a lot of rough bumps here, a lot of opportunities to make some shots. All right, that was hole number 2 of the Wiseacre Ranch in the 2021 Summer Major. A couple different ways, and you got to see a pro. All right, thanks for watching.